Well, actually, I'd like to start off by saying that it all started off with what our core beliefs are, which is what we are a couple of faith. And we actually, it's been an adventure. The way that we actually started out with this adventure was actually seeing the documentary Waiting for Superman. And it was funny because I had seen it on Netflix. And so that's how we actually came across the documentary. And at the time, our daughter was going to another charter school that wasn't really performing that that well. And so what had happened was that that particular charter school, they were actually going to be relocating to another area. And after seeing the documentary, it reminded us of our experience in the public school system. A lot of times, students are not provided the education, the tools to be able to perform the way that they need to perform. Right now, the way that the politics are going, there are a lot of people are worried about the economy. And the economy is where it is because of how we've equipped our children to be able to perform amongst this economy. And so with our daughter, our oldest daughter is actually, right now, she's actually at basis. Our youngest daughter is currently at Idea Carver.
From the start, once we had her, that we didn't want her to go to public school. We wanted her to go to a private school. But because of finances, we moved her from the Abeka program in a private school to a charter school. And that charter school did not meet our standards. And that's when we ended up enrolling her into, we spoke to the teacher, actually, and she told us about Waiting for Superman and about IDEA. And we had overheard about KIP through Waiting for Superman. Through Waiting for Superman. Mm-hmm. And then they were both enrolled into that, and that's when we made our decision based on what we believe in, where they should be at. Because God gave us the right to take care of them, to hover over them, and we want to make sure that they have that exact same thing with school as well.
It's the discipline and the knowledge that they're acquiring in these schools that's making such a difference, because regardless of what it is that you want to be, you have to be equipped with the right tools. And they provide all those tools in the charter school system. The reason why I love the charter schools is because I believe that even looking at the documentary of Waiting for Superman, that there's a difference between what you would look at in a regular job as far as teachers or staff that are coming for a paycheck to teachers and a staff that really have a passion for their students. And that's really the core, the key that is making a difference for our children in these schools, that they really do care. And like the documentary says, we're not just looking to protect our teachers and their jobs, we're actually looking to take care of the children, which is the whole purpose of schools. And that's why we love the charter schools that our children are in right now, because if a teacher is not performing the way that they're supposed to, they will basically be replaced by somebody that will help the student to actually accomplish what they're supposed to be accomplishing.
I would say if you're determined on setting your goals for not just your children, but your children's children, that you look towards the future, and that starts with your children directly. You want to set goals for them so that they're not just in stagnant water. You want them to always be flowing in the things that they need to move into. And if you're determined to have that for them, no matter what gets in your way, gas, health issues, anything that's around you, you're going to push to still go forward with that education so that they can be, and I always tell my children this, do you want to be the boss or do you want to work under the boss? And they always tell me, well, I want my friends to work for me. I don't want to work for them. And I tell them that if you want to, then you have to succeed. You have to excel at everything that you do. And these schools that you have for, my kids, because they're already in them, are also available to the other kids that are just like, wow, I can't believe you're so smart. But they can be smart as well if their parents looked into it, and it's other parents that don't know. So we, as parents who have children here, need to advocate for those children. And I don't know if my husband, or I don't know if you can see, I have scars on my neck. And this past year, I found out that I had thyroid cancer. But we still brought our kids to school. And we live over there by Palo Alto College. We still bring them over here. My daughter goes to Bases North. We still take her. It's 20 miles going, 20 miles going back.
We want to think outside the box. So what's wrong with this formula that we're working with? You know, I think staying inside the box is the problem. And I think that that's what charter schools allow the students to be able to do, to be able to excel, to not have any limits. Like they say, the sky is the limit. You know, hey, we have astronauts that have gone to the moon, so why stop there? And I think that that's what the charter schools are offering for our children.